Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations to all of you freshers on your admission to UPSA. We are happy to have you as part of the UPSA family. I will start off my presentation with who a student of UPSA is. To be a student of UPSA, one must apply and have been duly admitted to the university, followed the approved program of study over the accepted period, and satisfy the following conditions. Don't be surprised about why I'm asking this question, because some of you, should I say, applicants to this university who do not qualify, and for that matter, have not been admitted to UPSA, go to deceive their parents that they have indeed been admitted to this university. So they do all manner of things. They take other people's admission letters, try to manipulate it, present it to their parents as though they've been admitted to UPSA. They collect fees, spend the money, and in the end, they leave their parents very, very, very sad and disturbed at the end of the day. So if you are one such person here, please, after my presentation, you will realize that indeed you are not a student of UPSA. So, as a student of UPSA, you must show proof of regular enrollment. Proof of regular enrollment means that you must register at the beginning of every semester. Now, as freshers, I believe all of you here have duly registered. So as a fresher, you started off by making payment at the bank. You get onto Interpay. Very soon, our finance directorate will tell you what Interpay is. So it's a payment platform. You go there, you disburse your fees. You get onto our student information system and register online before you come to campus to do your in-person registration. So if you have done that, you have what we call proof of registration, which reads verified. Once you have a proof of registration as verified, you have completed about 80% of your registration. I say 80% because registration ends when you do your medical exam and you are issued with an ID card, the university's ID card. So acquisition of the university's ID card completes the process of your registration as a fresh student. Now, so at the beginning of every semester, you are supposed to register. So you've done one. So if you are here, you are pursuing, let's say, BSc in accounting. It's a 4-year program. So a semester is made up of, an academic year is made up of 2 semesters. So the 4 years constitute 8 semesters in all. So you have done your first registration for the first semester in your first year. So you are left with 7 registrations to do before you complete your program of study. I hope that is clear. Now, so you have to do this at the beginning of every semester. It's very, very important. Failure to do so implies that you are not a student of UPSA. So if you don't register at the beginning of a particular semester, you are out. And registration has a duration. So typically, the university gives you up to 4 weeks within which you are expected to register for academic work. Now, beyond the 4 weeks, the university may register you, but with a penalty. And the penalty will range from between 50 cedis to 400 Ghana cedis. And after the late registration with penalty ends, that's all. You have to be compelled to defer your program of study. Now, apart from the course registration, we also have what we call receipt registration. In case you fail a course, let's say Com Skills, for instance, which is a first semester course. When you get to level 200, or your second year, first semester, you have an opportunity to register the paper you have failed in your first year, first semester. But you can only do that at a fee. So 1 credit hour is 40 cedis. So if it is a 3 credit hour paper, that is 120. Then we also have what we call add or drop of elective courses. When you get to your final year, especially those pursuing the business courses, you have electives to select from. So between the first 4 weeks of the semester, after you have registered and you become uncomfortable with a particular elective you don't like, the university gives you an opportunity to drop, and you drop the course you don't want and add the course you want. And that is done at no fee. Attendance at lectures and tutorials. Students are required to attend all lectures, tutorials, practical sessions specified for their course of study. So it's compulsory to attend all lectures and all tutorials. And every student shall be required to sign an attendance sheet at lecture. So all of you here, the university has not enrolled you to pursue a distance learning program. So you can't be far off and claim you are a student of UPSA. You have to attend lectures. So as we speak, your teaching timetable is available on the university's website. And I believe it has also been put on your WhatsApp group platforms. So study the timetable, teaching timetable carefully, know when you are supposed to attend lectures. So every course has 3 hours, maximum of 3 credit hours, 2 hours for in-person lectures and 1 hour for tutorials. The tutorials are mainly online. So I'll urge all of you, if you don't have a smartphone, you get one, or you acquire a laptop. That is very, very necessary. A student who absents himself or herself for a cumulative period of 21 days from all lectures, tutorials, practical and other activities prescribed for any course in any semester shall be deemed to have withdrawn from the course. So if we realize that you have not been attending lectures for continuously for 21 days, you are out. So students are expected to attend lectures and write examination at any time as deemed by the academic board. So over here, you cannot say because I am SDA. So SDAs don't work on Saturday. So an examination or a lecture period is scheduled on a Saturday, or you are a Christian, you are to write the university's examination on a Sunday morning. You cannot say you won't do it. Program of study. A candidate who is admitted to the university shall be required to register and follow only the approved program of study over the prescribed period. This is very, very important. As we speak, I have a lot of letters coming to my table. Some of you wanted to pursue BSc in accounting, but for some reason you chose business administration, Bachelor of Business Administration. I beg your pardon. And they have realized that you were not looking for Bachelor of Business Administration, but rather they wanted to pursue a pure accounting program, which is BSc Accounting or BSc Accounting and Finance. And they have written letters for the programs to be changed. That is not possible. I'm sorry. Once you have registered, you have been duly registered, we cannot change your program. Academic year and the structure of the semester. I've spoken about the academic year already, but let me emphasize that the academic year comprises of 2 semesters, as I said from the beginning, first and second. And each semester lasts for a maximum of 16 weeks. Students are assessed on the basis of their work in various course studies at the end of the semester. Duration of study program. So we have what we call the minimum duration and the maximum duration. So let me take diploma students. Let's say diploma in accounting students. You have a minimum duration of 2 years. And by the end of your 2 years, you are expected to fulfill all requirements to be able to graduate. But if you are unable to do that, the university will give you 2-year grace period to be able to fulfill all righteousness, so that you can go away peacefully. And so the extra 2-year grace period that is added to the minimum duration of the 2 years is what we call the maximum duration. I hope that is clear. So if you are pursuing a 4-year degree program, the minimum duration is 4 years, but the maximum duration is 6 years. Now, the maximum period is inclusive of deferment, rustication, suspension, and so on and so forth. So if you decide to defer your program of study, and by deferment I mean in the course of your studies, some will encounter all manner of difficulties. For instance, maybe due to financial difficulties, or maybe become unwell, and you cannot do serious academic work, you can write to the Director of Academic Affairs to be allowed to go away for 1 year and come back to continue your studies when your situation normalizes. And if you commit an examination offense, you can be suspended. Very soon, my senior assistant registrar will be talking to you about examination malpractice. So if you are suspended, you can be suspended from the university for a year or 2. If you do that, what you are doing indirectly is you have reduced the grace period that the university will give you. So if you have been suspended for 2 years, it means you have to make sure that you finish your program within 4 years. Otherwise, you go home with nothing. Probation and withdrawal from the university. A level 100 student who fails to reach a cumulative grade point average of 1.00 at the end of the year shall be withdrawn from the university. Okay, so let me quickly do some illustration. You'll be wondering, what do I mean by cumulative grade point average? At the end of the university's examination, let's say you have registered 5 courses as a level 100 student in your first semester. A has a grade point of 4. Now, each course has 3 credit hours. So 3 times 4 will give you 12. Times 5 will give you 60. So 60 is your total credit, your total grade points. So your total grade point divided by the total credit hours, which is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. So we use the 15 to divide the 60 to give you 4. So 4 is your grade point for semester 1, year 1, or level 100. If you go to semester 2 and your performance remains the same, it means your cumulative grade point becomes 4. So if you are the first class student and you by the grace of God, you obtain A throughout till you get to your final year, you go home with a grade point, final cumulative grade point average of 4. So you're a first class student. Now, if your grade point is 1, so if you go about getting F, X, D, C, and things like that, and you ended up getting a grade point that is below 1, for the first semester, we'll put you on probation, and it is a case automatic. By the end of the first year, if you are unable to pull up beyond 1, you are a candidate for withdrawal. We will withdraw you from the university. The same way, if you get to level 200 first semester, your grade point falls below 1, we'll put you on probation for the first semester. Second semester, if you don't go above 1, you are withdrawn. Dismissal from the university. The university has the right to dismiss any student whose conduct is found to be contrary to the rules and regulations of the university. A student who misconducts himself or herself will appear before a disciplinary committee which will recommend appropriate sanctions against the student. So, my dear students, you are here to study. Please obey lawful authority, obey rules and regulations of the university. including examination rules and regulations. So, for instance, you have a car, you come to the car park, the security guard motions you to park at a particular place, and you decide to call his bluff, talk anyhow to him or her, or engage him in exchanges. You are disobeying the Vice Chancellor of this university, in whom the authority of the university is vested. You can't talk anyhow to a cleaner. You cannot disrespect your fellow students if you fight. In the university, we don't fight. You can argue, but if you fight, you'll be brought before a disciplinary committee and you can be dismissed. Examination malpractice. There are certain offenses that can land you into dismissal. So please be careful. Now, before I end my presentation, there are two more issues I want to point out to you. And that is change of name and change of your date of birth. The university does not allow that. It's not allowed. So you applied with a set of documents. At the point of registration, you presented a set of documents to us. You have your identity document that shows that your name is Afeadie, your date of birth is so and so. So we've taken it from you. It was the same thing you put on the online application system. So we have stored that information. You cannot come back to tell us that you want to add a requirement to Afeadie. You cannot do that. So please stop writing letters and upon letters to me. You are wasting your time and you are wasting my time as well, because I must respond to your letter. You don't change date of birth, you don't change your name. Another thing is academic ceremonies. So academic ceremonies are compulsory. So like this event, for instance, is compulsory. Okay, matriculation. Very soon, the university will hold matriculation ceremony to admit you officially into the university community. It is compulsory to attend the university's matriculation ceremony. Then we also have congregation, that is graduation. We have departmental seminars and workshops, faculty seminars and workshops. We have master class and all that. They are all compulsory. So we take attendance at all such events, and you are expected to attend all such academic events. Now, finally, please visit the university website very often, because that is the main medium of communication. Every information about you as the student is on the university's website, including your student handbook. What I'm telling you here is just the surface or the summary of what is in there. You need to go to the website, download the student handbook. There are two kinds, the undergraduate one and the postgraduate one for masters and above. So go there, download the undergraduate student handbook, read it from cover to cover, and familiarize yourself with the rules and regulations of the university. And on the same website, all notices from the university concerning your examination, timetabling matters, everything, registration, notices, change of lecture venues and things like that are often put on the university's website. My dear students, we are excited to have you as part of the UPSA family. I wish you every success in your studies. Thank you once again.